Yes, hi, and welcome to the Dark Knight Conspiracies, episode 35. Potus bids farewell to the U.S. Okay, folks, for those of you that don't know yet, I will leave the link to the video in my description. President Trump has just given his farewell address to the nation, and very powerful. The way this man speaks when he wants to is riveting. By far, this man is going to be in the top 5 of the greatest presidents of all time. He listed all his accomplishments, and there were many. It was numerous. Again, to sit there and think that Biden got 80 million votes is ridiculous at best. Now, there were a lot of reading between the lines in this speech, and I ask you to listen to it and focus on the words. A lot of references to light, God, that he has given the power back to the people. As I read between the lines of all these comments, and I don't think it's over yet, but primarily, I think it's done. They did what they were elected to do in a short period of time. And it's not over yet. There's still a long way to go. A lot of spiritual references about faith. You know, this was critical through this whole process beginning on November 3rd. You know, and I saw a lot of this. People going back and forth, blaming Trump, why there are no arrests. Well, faith happens in mysterious ways. As I said in my prior episode, we are at the Red Sea moment, or possibly were at the Red Sea moment. You know, when they had their backs up against the wall, people lost faith. Is there not a more important time to have faith than when your back is up against the wall and there's no hope? Isn't that what faith is? You know, the Bible does say, put no faith in man, for he shall let you down. But God will never let you down. And I do believe that's true. We've been watching it for centuries, how man has let us down. But when God puts his hand on an individual, and in my opinion says, if you believe in me, then believe in this man, nobody's saying to worship Trump, but believe in him and what he has been charged to do. So, that is my message of faith. Yeah, I've had plenty of issues with Trump. I questioned a lot of things that he did along the way and didn't do. But I didn't lose faith in God was in control. You know, most people, my opinion, are and were selfish in these times. You know, it's human nature. People want things to work on their timetables. Well, guess what, people? I hate to disillusion you. We're working on God's timetable. What we want and when we want it is irrelevant in God's world. What's relevant is what God wants and when He wants it. That's what's relevant. Now, I know things look bleak. I'm not worried. I've seen a lot of people the last couple days leaving cliffhangers at the end of their shows with guests and stuff that there's going to be two presidents. Well, I talked about this in a prior episode. This is not out of the realm of possibility. If I read between those lines and I believe what Trump did, that he separated the 50 states from the United States corporation, it's highly possible that, yes, we will have two presidents. But guess what? Most people don't realize the District of Columbia is a sovereign nation. You heard me right. A sovereign nation. They are not part of the 50 states as you would lead to be believed. They are like the Vatican and they are like London. They are separate nations. They have their own police forces. They have their own rules and they have their own government. They are separate from the countries that they live in. So I want you to think about this scenario. Rumor has it, and it's starting to make sense now, if we go back to January of 2019, Trump signs an epic trade deal with China. And as he stated in his video, no sooner than the ink wasn't dry, we got hit with Rona. And you know what I'm talking about. But think about this. What if Trump signs that trade deal and a couple weeks later he defaults on the government debt? That's the United States corporation, right? Which is Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. A small little 10-mile square radius. Well, who owns most of that debt? It's China. Think maybe they got a little bit upset if we defaulted and the United States corporation is actually bankrupt? Again, I'm not a financial wizard, but this is all plausible to me. Trump never mentions Biden in this speech. He talks about a transfer of power. The transfer of power, in my opinion, and again, these are all my opinions, the transfer of power is the 50 states being released from the corporate control of the United States government. We are now back to an actual republic. And again, I ask you to look up the Act of 1871. It explains how we became the United States Corporation. So, for all you people panicking out there, let Joe Biden get sworn in tomorrow. You know what he's swearing into? A little 10-mile square radius of a bankrupt company. They have no money, no means to do anything. He can talk about he's going to get into the Paris Accords and this and that. He's in charge of a bankrupt company that has no money. Remember, Trump put the Fed under the U.S. Treasury. And again, I'm sure this is all complicated, and it's probably going to take months to sort this all out. Don't think this is just you're gonna wake up tomorrow and this is all gonna be fixed. No, we still got problems. The deep state is not gonna let go. And we know they're panicking. We're seeing they're panicking on a daily basis now. I want to address a lot of people are out there complaining. Well, Trump said there was going to be a D class on Friday. There was going to be a D class on Monday. Again, let me be very clear about this. If there's one thing you have not learned about Donald J. Trump, he does not do what he says he's going to do when he's going to do it. He says it to get a reaction so that he can react to the reaction. Remember, every action provokes a reaction. I would say that's physics, my opinion. But I'm not Einstein. I never claimed to be. So for all the people out there complaining about there's no D class, believe me, it's coming. And when it comes, nobody's going to be expecting it. This is how Trump has operated since he took office. And I want to just bring up, he mentioned some interesting places throughout the world. The one place he mentioned, and I want people to just think about this to the point of CCP. He mentioned the Forbidden City in Beijing. Most people don't realize he is the only president that has ever been invited there. Just put that in your back pocket and let that soak in for a minute. Like I've stated, everybody thinks countries are bad. I've said, every country has a deep state just like we do. It's not the people that are bad. It's the governments that are running them. I do believe this whole mission is coming full circle. A lot of these deep state governments have been defeated. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Look, hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. That's all we can do at this point. And again, I caution everybody, these next couple days, stay home. Don't attend any rallies. Don't attend any protests. For your own safety. Because if this stuff goes live and we get the broadcast and people know what I'm talking about, they don't want you in harm's way. And it might not happen. And then everybody can come back and call me an idiot. I'm used to it. But as I've stated, it's not my job to change your mind. My job is to get you to do your own research, make up your own mind. Because I'll tell you, The people that want to hear from somebody else telling them what to believe in and what to think and how to think, those people don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. They want somebody to point the finger at. They want somebody to blame. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. So, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay vigilant, and above all, pray like you have never prayed before. We are on the cuspus. I do believe God has this. He needs to hear from us. And He doesn't need to hear what we want. He needs to hear what He wants from us. And what can we do? I said it in my last broadcast. God knows what's in your heart. He knows what your needs are. He will take care of those for you. But this is the time to pray and pray hard and keep the faith. Do not waver one bit, no matter how bad it looks. No matter if your back is up against the wall and there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. God always provides a way out. God bless everybody. Until next time, same bad channel. Good night.